Head of IT Security. When the world goes to sleep, my world enters its most critical phase. As the head of IT security at a major global commercial banking institution, my job is to protect the digital vault where billions of dollars and sensitive customer data live. I am the shield that defends this company from invisible, highly sophisticated modern threat actors. If the software architects design the city, then I am the chief of police ensuring no criminal can slip through the gates unnoticed. In the modern banking sector, security is no longer just a back-end technical concern. It is a fundamental pillar of business survival and customer trust. A single successful cyber attack can destroy a financial institution's reputation overnight, leading to massive regulatory fines and devastating financial losses. The stakes are incredibly high every single second, and that constant pressure is what keeps my career deeply thrilling and meaningful. People often think cybersecurity is just about setting up strong passwords or installing basic antivirus software, but the reality is infinitely more complex. We are dealing with state-sponsored hackers, organized cybercrime syndicates, and highly advanced ransomware attacks daily. My role requires a proactive, paranoid mindset, because in our world, it is never a question of if we will be targeted, but rather a question of when and how we respond. Being a leader in this high-stakes domain means I have to constantly balance rigid security protocols with seamless user experience for our millions of digital banking customers. If our security measures are too restrictive, we frustrate the users. If they are too loose, we invite disaster. Navigating this delicate equilibrium is an art form that defines the daily existence of a modern head of IT security in the fast-paced financial technology sector. To effectively lead a world-class banking defense team, your technical hard skills must be exceptional and deeply rooted in modern infrastructure. You need a comprehensive understanding of cloud security architecture, specifically across hybrid environments like AWS and Azure. Mastery of advanced cryptography, network forensics, and secure coding practices is non-negotiable if you want to properly evaluate the vulnerability points within our vast systems. Furthermore, you must be deeply fluent in deploying AI-driven security information and event management systems, commonly known as SIEM, alongside advanced endpoint detection and response tools. Understanding how to orchestrate automated incident response playbooks and managing complex penetration testing cycles are daily necessities. In banking, you also have to possess an absolute mastery of financial compliance frameworks like PCI-DSS and ISO 27001. However, possessing raw technical brilliance is only half the battle won. Exceptional soft skills are what truly separate a great security leader from a standard manager. You must be an elite communicator who can translate terrifying, hyper-technical threat matrix data into clear, actionable risk assessments for the board of directors. If you cannot convince the executive suite to fund your security initiatives, your technical knowledge is useless. Crisis management and emotional resilience are equally critical soft skills when the alarm sounds. When a potential zero-day vulnerability is detected in our mobile banking application, panic is the ultimate enemy. I must remain the calmest person in the room, guiding my engineering teams through high-pressure containment protocols with absolute clarity. Negotiation and empathy help me align diverse departments that often view security as a roadblock. My daily routine officially kicks off at 7:30 a.m. with a highly focused review of our Global Security Operations Center dashboards. I examine the threat intelligence reports from the past 12 hours, looking for any anomalous traffic patterns, failed brute force attempts, or suspicious internal data movements. Catching an indicator of compromise early morning can mean the difference between a minor non-event and a catastrophic systemic failure. By mid-morning, my focus shifts from technical surveillance to strategic corporate alignment and governance. I usually lead a cross-functional meeting featuring compliance officers, risk managers, and core software developers to review our latest threat modeling data. Today, we are analyzing the security architecture of our upcoming decentralized finance integration, ensuring every single API gateway is thoroughly hardened against potential injection attacks. Afternoons are traditionally reserved for active incident simulations and mentoring my team of security analysts. We regularly run red team versus blue team exercises to test our organization's defensive responsiveness against realistic ransomware scenarios. I also spend significant time reviewing our third-party vendor risk assessments because, in modern banking, a vulnerability in a partner's software can easily become our own backdoor. My core responsibilities ultimately boil down to three main pillars: continuous threat mitigation, regulatory compliance, and fostering an organizational culture of security awareness. I am legally and professionally accountable for maintaining the absolute confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our banking systems. This means I must constantly audit our defenses, update response playbooks, and report directly to the risk committee. Let's talk about the profound joys of this career, because stopping a sophisticated cyber attack provides an unparalleled professional rush. There is nothing quite like watching your team execute a flawless incident response playbook, successfully isolating a malicious intruder before they can exfiltrate a single byte of customer data. It is a quiet, invisible victory that saves the company millions and protects millions of innocent families. Another immense source of satisfaction is watching the security culture shift within the bank. When employees across all departments start proactively reporting sophisticated phishing attempts instead of falling victim to them, I know my awareness programs are working. Building a human firewall that effectively complements our digital defenses is incredibly rewarding, proving that security is truly a shared organizational triumph. Yet, the burdens of this role can sometimes feel incredibly heavy, as it is a job defined by asymmetrical warfare. A hacker only needs to get lucky once to cause total devastation, whereas my security team has to be completely perfect every single second of every single day. That imbalance creates a lingering ambient psychological pressure that can easily lead to severe professional burnout if you do not actively manage it. The sorrows of a security leader also include the thankless nature of our daily work. When our defenses work perfectly, absolutely nothing happens, and some executives begin to wonder why they are spending so much money on our budget. We are often viewed as the department of no that slows down product innovation, forcing me to constantly justify our existence until a major global breach reminds everyone why we are here. If you desire to step into this high-intensity arena, there are critical guardrails you must absolutely respect. First, never assume that compliance equals security. Just because your systems pass an annual regulatory audit does not mean you are safe from a determined modern attacker. Compliance is simply the bare minimum baseline. True security requires continuous, aggressive threat hunting and realistic adversarial testing. Second, never sweep a security vulnerability under the rug to protect a project timeline or save face. Transparency is the most valuable currency in cybersecurity leadership. If a flaw is discovered in a production system, it must be acknowledged, documented, and remediated with urgent priority. Suppressing bad news always backfires spectacularly in our industry, turning a manageable risk into an unmitigated corporate disaster. Looking toward the horizon, the career opportunities for elite IT security professionals are expanding exponentially. As banking transitions deeper into cloud environments, artificial intelligence, and open banking ecosystems, the demand for strategic security leaders is at an all-time high. A successful track record can easily propel you into premium roles like Chief Information Security Officer or an independent board advisor. You can choose to expand into global enterprise risk management, shaping the overarching security strategies of multinational financial conglomerates. Alternatively, you can pivot into the lucrative world of specialized cybersecurity consulting or venture capital, vetting emerging defense technologies. The path is diverse, highly lucrative, and globally mobile because security is a universal requirement in every economy. To those ambitious professionals aiming to reach the pinnacle of this field, here are my golden rules for success. First, cultivate an insatiable curiosity and a commitment to perpetual learning. The threat landscape changes daily. New vulnerabilities are exploited constantly, and if you stop researching for even a month, your knowledge base becomes obsolete. Read threat reports, attend briefings, and understand attacker psychology. Second, master the actual business of banking. To be an effective head of IT security, you must understand how revenue flows through the institution, what assets are most valuable, and how operational downtime affects the bottom line. When you align your security strategy directly with the bank's financial objectives, you transform from a technical gatekeeper into a highly valued, indispensable strategic business partner. Finally, always lead your security team with profound humility, extreme accountability, and unwavering integrity. When a breach inevitably occurs under your watch, do not look for scapegoats among your junior analysts. Instead, own the failure, protect your people, and lead the remediation effort with absolute focus. True professional quality is defined by how gracefully and effectively you command the ship during a storm. See you in the next English learning session by Wisdom Studio 8.